friends, and welcome back to the beautiful world of Kingdom Come Deliverance. We are in Ujit right now, and we have a date with the coolest priest in all of Bohemia. At least I assume he's the coolest priest. It's raining outside, it's the evening, and we are meeting Father Goodwin. He is here, and I didn't even really have to wait. So let's talk to him.
The blessings of our Lord be
to summer.
Ooh, and with you, lad.
Henry's got blonde hair in here. All right, let's do this. I mean, there's a person sitting right next to you, so it's not that secret, but as long as you don't mind, you know.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything.
Oh, she's disappeared.
But maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless.
Here you are.
We had no warning.
And good health.
They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
You think I'm too young for the job, Father?
Coming right up.
I do, to tell the truth.
Enjoy.
Well, I can only apologise for my lack of grey hair and gout.
Oh.
Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things. But I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, they weren't exaggerating.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
That's nice. Let's get to the point.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
It's a good point.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
I'm curious, what is it?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical, condemning vices, and of course describing them in detail. A tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days, and stories from real life with a nice moral to them are popular as well, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Scandalous.
Can you give me an example?
Ooh,
Well,
lightning.
recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny.
Cheers.
That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Henry's drunk.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
All right, but I can't read.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Yeah, more drink.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Woo! New level in drinking. Oh. Hey, the green dress lady's back.
To nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesięć smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstak, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jich kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Buďme se vámi, ano ráda slávy, a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal jeden.
Arm wrestling. Oh god, he's so wasted.
Enough of this!
Uh-oh.
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough!
Nah,
Men.
scribe. Maybe. Probably.
Throw them out.
I would came peacefully.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Oh my god, what? I don't want to fight the bailiff. But I really like this priest guy. Oh, are you serious? Hey, got a new point in drinking. Is the game saving? Because that'd be nice. I guess not. Okay.
Ow!
Strength. Ooh, that was a good one. I think I'm also more hardy when I'm drunk too. If I'm not mistaken. Just you're big. Come on, Henry. Jab him, jab him. There we go. He's dead. He's down, right? Oh, come on, dude. You got no life left. There you go. There you go. Fine. All right. Who's this guy that's helping us? This other guy. I guess we just literally started a brawl. All right. Oh god, everything is so. It's the bailiff. That was ridiculous. Oh. Climb the bell tower? What? What's going on? Oh. Father?
Be a bit more careful.
What happened? How am I here?
What's
Oh god.
the step, my dears? Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Godwin's concubine. I'm so wasted right now. I'm in trouble. Passing out. Oh, good grief.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
Oh my god, this guy is awesome. Ringing the bell in the middle of the night. Scandalous.
This is wonderful.
Oh, good grief.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Did Godwin get both the ladies? Oh boy.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Father? Why are we in a pasture maaing? Why, I can't walk straight. I've never been this drunk in my entire life. Father?
Are you serious?
Yes? What the actual crap? Okay.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
That was ridiculous. Note to self, edit this episode a lot. Henry's like just sleeping. Oh, I thought he was sleeping on a shelf, but it's a bench.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time.
Uh-oh.
There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
He's got to give a sermon really soon.
Step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about?
You probably need to give a
Before
sermon.
My flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
What?
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What?
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose as Sir Ratzig's protege, you just came from studying in Prague, and you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night.
A
If
bit.
the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless.
Oh, good grief.
How about this?
Gross.
If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Oh, really? Now it's not so secret, huh? Mm-hmm. Another level in drinking. Yeah,
So
exactly.
all at once, the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
All right.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Am I just meant to
Wonderful.
remember it? 'Cause
Let's
I don't.
get to it then.
It was long. Game saved. Oh, God. I'm in trouble as well.
Come on then, what's the holdup?
Am I dressed? No. Good God, my stats are awful. I'm very conspicuous right now. This is not great. It's really not great. I feel like I should get washed up somewhere. Is this water? Okay. I'm coming. I just, you know, probably stink really bad. I can't even stand up straight. Oh, good grief. This is such a bad plan, Father Godwin. Such a bad plan.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pup.
He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Don't drop that.
Cepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas.
Ew.
Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
I don't remember it. Do I have to? I hope I don't have to do anything. This is gonna go so awful.
Puke first.
Henry doesn't seem too hungover, aside from... Oh, God. I have... Oh, shit. Well... Lengthy sermon, modest sermon. Begin confidently. Let's begin confidently. Actually, lengthy? I think I have 8 total over 7. I hope that's what it is. But let's begin confidently. That sounds better.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
Boy has a cheek.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue, so are we commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
Yeah.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
How does Henry remember all this? Oh God, I don't know.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines? Even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Yeah, but...
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Including Godwin, no. Oh God.
I say to you in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Oh God. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this.
But...
For shame.
Utterly blasphemous.
Can you believe such behavior? For men of the cloth to get drunk as pigs in church?
Didn't go so well. I tried.
So, is our deal still on?
Are you pulling my fucking pizzle? I couldn't have done worse myself if I'd puked on the altar.
Whatever.
No creature.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
You can't be serious. After all that?
All what? All you making a complete hash of my sermon? You were supposed to help, not get me into even more trouble. Now I'll have the bishop on my back and all the villagers. Just leave. I need to pull myself together.
And what am I supposed to do?
Find someone else to help you.
Man, he's pretty ungrateful, isn't he? I tried really hard, dude. I gave it my all. Find someone else to help. So I'm right back where I started. I'll have to ask around if anyone else knows about Lubosh. Maybe the town bailiff. If not, Radzig or Hanush can help me. I already asked the bailiff. He doesn't like me anymore. I really need to get going, too. I'm not in a good shape right now, thanks to priest guy. Drinking! The beer you get is weaker, so you can drink more. Wine is twice as strong and make you drunk faster. Under the influence of alcohol, your hands will shake less and your bow skill is higher, but when sober, your hands shake more. The wine you get is 50% weaker, so you can drink more. That's... I don't know. Let's do beer. Henry seems more like a beer fellow to me. Okay. Well... I feel like I should probably leave Ushitz right now. You know, we should really... I guess I could talk to the bailiff, but... I don't know. The whole affair with Godwin should have never happened. The sermon was a disaster. It's a wonder the villagers didn't burn us at the stake, and what's more, I got nothing out of Goodwin about Lubosh. This is not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. My trusty steed is here. I I assume that that could go better. You know, I assume I could actually succeed in that, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna come back later to do the learn how to read thing. And yeah, I think we should just leave. I think we should just go. I think we should just continue on our other quest, and we'll go back to ask Radzig and Hanush, because we already talked to the bailiff. Alright, so wine from Rate, and then from Sasau. So I think we fast travel to Rate, or is Sasau closer? I'd like to not be wasted anymore. That would be nice. Let's fast travel to Talmberg and see how we're doing. Let's see if we're done being drunk after we go here. Hopefully. Looks like I lost some health from that too. Or maybe I was already low on health, I don't know. Okay, I have a hangover now. You have a splitting headache and a feeling of great regret. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, at least if I go back to Rate, I can prepare all my stuff and get everything in order. I'm not feeling better, which is important. Maybe I could take a bath and feel better? Possibly. Could try that. Why not? Man, I still feel like he's kind of an ungrateful git for, oh god, don't run into the nice lady. You know, to have me do that in the first place was a lot to ask. So, whatever though. Use the services.
I'm interested in your,
Services. Let's try that and see if...
a bit of everything.
But of course.
Just pay it.
Fine.
Whatever.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll...
Just make me feel better. I don't feel good. I'm very sick from the priest. I am better! Yay, it worked! Okay. Could have been just time going by as well, but looks like I'm all better. My stuff is still messed up, but it's all clean. Okay, good. And my game is saved as well, so that's nice. Grand. Alright, what to do now? I think we're gonna go to Sasau. I'm just gonna go continue on this quest that I was doing. We have 2 things to do in Sasau, so... I haven't explored this part yet, though. I'm also pretty close to Skulls right now. Let's manually ride to Sasau. We do have to ask the monastery people there as well something, and get the thing for what's her face. I think maybe I should be going this way. Probably doesn't matter too much. Whatever. We'll be able to cross eventually. Let's get some sprinting. I don't know if I'll be able to, like, show my face in Ushits for a while. Probably got a pretty bad reputation doing that. Is that my old horse? Oh my god, it is! Oh, Lena! I can't inspect you. This is my old horse. I don't want to leave her here. It's not my horse, because I didn't buy her, but... Does anyone want a horse? Anyone? I'll just leave her right here. By the stream. Pebbles, you're so sneaky. You always show up behind me. Alright, anyways. I just didn't want to leave her right there on the road. I felt kind of guilty about it. Let's see what this blacksmith guy has, actually. In case he has anything cool. I don't think I've talked to him before. Hello, sir.
Good day to you.
A good day to you. Oh, yes.
The Sasau swordsmith is after the pieces of a sword that some pilgrim from the Holy Land was selling off around here. Do you know of any?
Yes, I bought one myself. But it's not for sale.
I'd pay well for it.
I'm sure you would, but first I'd have to know where I put the thing. I've lost it, my boy. And to tell you the truth, I reckon that pilgrim was a scoundrel and a cheat. And his holy sword was nothing but worthless junk.
That's probably true. What have you got? Nothing cool, unfortunately. However, you do have $400. So I could possibly sell you some stuff from my horse. Haggle. Give him a
Let's
lower
have a word
price.
about the price. Here, with a little something.
Well,
all right. There we go. A little bit of weight off my horse. And we're good, I think. I have a lot of crap. Yes, I do. I'll move these, at least that to my horse. Eh. Never mind. Okay. Let's go. Maybe start going south. We cross here. We're going to Ravna. So yeah, there's that little camp right there. Do we want to cut through the woods? Might as well. Might as well have some excitement. Cut through the woods here. It could be dangerous though. We could come across Cubans and whatever else. But hey, wouldn't be the first time, right? Henry's in a good bill of health right now anyway. It's a large hill to climb on a horse, I realize. I don't know if my horse can actually do it. I don't think he can. Pebbles, can you actually get up there? Skyrim horse away! Diagonal? Hey, there's a camp right there. Is this an interesting site with which we can save our game? I think I heard voices? Maybe? Cave mushrooms. Apparently these don't spoil, but I thought I figured out the opposite, but someone in the comments said they didn't spoil. That might be a moose. But nevertheless, let's see if we can save the game here. Why not? Game saved. Alright. I should remember too that we only have one Savior Schnapps left. So we do need to be careful. But since we are going back to Sasau, I have a good... Oh, it was you making all that noise. I think I need to kill you for... You're a buck, and you know, that would be good if I could, but not right now. We have other things to do. But anyways, I am in good relations with the healers in Sasau, and they have a nice alchemy table that I can use. So I shall be doing so. Aha! Back to the open plains. Where are we exactly? Okay, there's a little town there. Is that Merhoyed? By any chance? I don't remember exactly where Merhoyed is, but this does look like it. It is Merhoyed! Alright! That means there's a military camp over here. Horsies. Let's have a little peek inside Merhoyed. See what's going on. Fast travel point. This is like... There's a lot of horses here. Warhorse Genda. Carrying capacity, stamina. Is this a horse? Like, do these people breed horses as well, just like at Neuhof? Hello, is anyone here? Wow. Okay. Are we gonna like attempt to pronounce that word? Same courage, a little bit slower. I like how it compares it to my current horse so that I know. Pretty good. Horse trader. It is a horse trader. Okay. Where is the actual guy, though, that does the trading of the horses? I'd love a pretty white horse. Binky! Aww. Same carrying capacity as Pebbles. Oh, I think there he is. Roach. Ooh, lots of carrying capacity and stamina. He's pretty. Johan, hi.
Good health, dear.
You have a horse inside you. I'd like to buy a horse.
I'd like to buy a horse.
Well now, have you seen our steeds?
Some of them, yeah. Yes?
I have. Fine animals.
Nothing but the best here. Is there one in particular you fancy?
Yeah, but... Warhorse Genda. I didn't see that one. I'll think it over.
I'll have to think it over.
But let me see also, how much are... Okay. Basic horse riding skills. Here we go. Oh, he sells these things too? Oh, sweet. Okay. Awesome. Hunter's saddle. It's important to remember that some saddles are heavier. A lighter one allows for carrying heavier loads. Okay. More saddlebags. Ooh. Ornamental cape, which brings the owner distinction and admiration and flaunts his social status. Imagine the embarrassment if two knights turned up at a tournament with horse dressed in the same comparison. Scandal! Cavalry bridle. Lead the rider better control of his steed, which is needed not only for riding, but also for mounted combat. Horse. I like Binky. He's pretty cute. Yeah, it doesn't have more carry capacity though, but he might be one that I could afford. I love his name too, Binky. I wonder if you could rename them if you buy one. Wouldn't be surprised. Of course, Roach here. More Warhorse Jenda had pretty good stats, but I'm sure I can't afford Warhorse Jenda. It's probably really expensive. Some more out here. Really good stats. Also looks almost like Pebbles. Pebbles is dark gray though. Ooh, a black one. Pretty. Podagros. Lots of stamina, not very courageous. More carry capacity. He's pretty too. He's black and beautiful. Do I want to buy a horse just based on looks? I would say looks and carrying capacity is what I would go for. I don't really mind not being courageous, because I'm not doing much mounted combat. I don't think that'll really be Henry's thing. However, he's not very fast. It's not that much slower, but that carrying capacity, though, that's... I don't know. Let's see how much Podragos is. Where did that guy go? Here he is. It's probably way too much for me anyway. Wait, where's the option to buy a horse? Why do I no longer have an option to purchase a horse? Okay, well, I guess we're not doing that then. You're in luck, Pebbles. You're still hired. Just curious, is that why? Is it because I don't know why that would be, but... I have no idea. That's weird. Maybe he's glitched. It's fine. It's probably for the best anyway. I doubt I'd be able to afford it. And if I did, it would be literally all my money. But it's good to know that Merhoyed is the place to get a horse. Okay. Now we need to go south. Out of Merhoyed. So let's just kind of drive through. Hopefully. I could have bought some saddlebags or something, but nah. Maybe another time. Spend all my money on that. We will probably be getting a lot of money later on, and honestly, a horse is one of the first things I'll want to invest in, because the horses in this game are just awesome. And having a cool horse does seem pretty important to me. I like it. I also really want one of those like outfits for my horse. But Samapesh. Hey, Samapesh. I remember Samapesh. This was the outskirts of the beta. Was in Samapesh. I don't really need to stop here though. Unless they have a cobbler. Does Samapesh have a cobbler? If they do, it would be down here. Pardon me, sir. I don't want to knock you off. What? Oh! I'm trying to catch it for you. I can probably sprint longer than him. I'm an awesome sprinter. Bring it on, bro.
Want to live? Then give up.
Haha. Bandito. Had enough?
Had enough. Please, leave me be. For the love of God. I only stole a piece of bread. I was starving.
You'll die for that. No. I'd be glad it didn't end up worse.
No excuses. Hand it over.
Here.
You got the thrashing you deserved. I hope you've learned your lesson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't steal. More importantly, don't get caught.
You really let him go? Just like that? And did you get the loot back?
Yeah, it was bread.
I did. I have it here.
Thank you. That thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days.
It's true. You can't.
And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
He was actually labeled as a bandit, though, so he probably is going to continue his life of crime. But hey, no worries. Okay. I don't know if this place has changed as far as the buildings go from the beta, but I know there's a blacksmith and not really too much else, I don't think. Trader.
Your fields light, fellow. Here's a hoe. Need straw for the winter. Then you'll need a rake.
Blacksmith. All right. Well, never mind. Let's just continue. Oh yeah, that was where that treasure was that I couldn't get. We are almost there. It's not going to take us too much longer to get to Sasau. Hopefully we can get there before the sun sets. Oh, I found a nest. I'm too lazy. Too lazy. I've already gotten off my horse far too many times. Hello. And here we are again. Sasau. We're back. Maybe we can even catch the cathedral bros we need to talk to before they head to bed. I don't know exactly who we need to talk to, but horsemanship! Okay, there's the alchemy place. Where are we going here? The guy we need to talk to is in this building. Okay. I went right by him. Like a dummy. Okay. Pardon me, sir? Oh, dang it. Can I just...
What was that noise?
Can I just have a word? Excuse me. Can't...
I must have imagined it.
Oh. Yep, it was all your imagination. Okay, so it looks like we are gonna have to stay the night. We're not gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna have some dinner, I suppose, and maybe I should make some potions, because I believe that I can do that at all hours. Hopefully, anyway. Overseer. Let's check in with you. Hey, Johanka.
For now, anyway.
Can I come in? Cat! Hello? There's nothing more I can... Oh yeah, I have to finish this quest. Yeah.
How are the sick and wounded faring? I don't think there's anything more I can do for them.
I know. And you helped the best you could.
I did. I really did.
All we can do now is pray for the souls of the departed.
Herbalism skill. Alright, cool. Let's see. The guy that was here... He's not gone yet? It could be somebody else that looks the same, I guess. Let's pickpocket all the wounded men. No, let's not. Brother Elias.
Jesus, look where you're going.
Sorry. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is make some savior schnapps and maybe something else too. I will be doing that off camera, I think, because we've already explored the world of alchemy in all its gloriousness. I think I can do this. Yeah, I can do this in the dark. It'll be a little bit annoying, but first we need to select our... Do we know any other recipes yet, by the way? We know lullaby and schnapps and that's it? I guess so. Well, schnapps it is. We want the wine. Okay, I've brewed a bunch of schnapps. I think it's now pretty late too. Yeah, it's getting really late. And now we have 5 schnapps. I leveled up in alchemy, so now we're at level 5 alchemy, which is good. What do we need for this one? Level 10, goodness. It's gonna be a while. Okay, Brother Nicodemus, I would like to talk to you, but actually, I'm wondering if I could just kind of borrow, like, this bed and sleep. Yes, I can. Okay. Let's sleep until the morning. We're not very tired, but oh well. Let's sleep till 9, so then most people will be awake by then, just in case. Hey, and the game saved as well. That's nice. Okay. I think before this episode is done, I would like to talk to 2 people. I'll talk to you just for fun. Training, alchemy.
Would you teach me more about...
Certainly.
Okay, so I don't have anything to talk to him. Slightly. It requires level 5. I'm not quite level 5, so I can't do that. And trade, you haven't got anything I need, right? You have marigold decoctions. Actually, I'll buy those. They're not too... Strikes will wound you 50% less. Well, that's probably pretty damn good. Could sell this bandage that's not very good anymore. Other than that... I've got 50 dandelions. Would you like some of those? Oh wait, no, I have 50 comfrey. Sell you 30 of those. They actually sell for a bit. He only has 80 gold, so let's check the basket and haggle.
Let's talk about the
try and get
price.
the full 80 out of him, I think.
Well, we can try.
He should like me, so... Wait, does he have... Oh wait, that's how much I'm giving him. Shit, okay. Yeah, only... Oh wait, this is how much I pay. Oh, okay, I'm not making money off this. That's my bad. How about 65?
What about this?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it.
Okay. 68.
Finally, a reasonable sum.
Alright, good. I got some more healing potions as well. Let's find this dude we're supposed to talk to. Is it you? Yes, it is. Brother Porter. Hello.
I've been sent here from Talmberg. I'm to speak with the one responsible for construction.
That'd be the master builder. Or with our brother, the overseer. What matter is it you're here about?
It has to do with the stone for construction.
Ah, then that's a matter of supply. You'll want to talk to the overseer. He knows more about that sort of thing. His study's right above us, more or less. Go up the steps to the left and then head back in this direction, almost the whole way.
These steps? You lying son of a bee. Unless it's this door over here. That's a hard lock, sir. Is it this place? Hello? Are you the overseer? Yes, hello.
God be with you.
Sir Davish sent me, yeah.
I've come in the name of Sir Divish. I'd like to have a look around the spot where the accident happened.
And why is Sir Divish interested in that regrettable accident?
He'd like to know what role the masonry had in it, or at least its quality.
I guess it played a crucial role. But I don't intend to stand in the way of your investigation. I've already made sure the poor man was well taken care of, and that's enough for me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Who's in charge of purchasing materials for the construction?
Mainly it's me. I pay the fees and make arrangements for delivery, but those in charge of the actual building take care of the rest. I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to the quality of stone. They had the red stone delivered from a long way off.
They take care of storage as well?
Yes, but usually whatever arrives is used up straight away. The construction is in full progress.
I heard that you were late with your payment to the Talmberg quarry.
That's true. We ourselves had late payments, and it took some time before we gathered enough money to pay. But that's happened in the past.
Do you remember when they brought the last delivery of stone?
Yes. It rained a lot that week, so they let the carriage sit right outside of the gate on the other side of the wall. It took some time before it was dry enough for further transport.
And there wasn't anything strange about it?
A little strange, I suppose. Usually they bring us a large block of stone, which the builders cut to size. But this time it was a number of smaller pieces. No one complained. They probably saw it as less work.
Okay, that's it. Are you leaving? No, you're not leaving. Okay. Well then. Okay, so then I need to go talk with the master builder about the site of the accident. Let's go do that. All right. Again, this video might be a little longer. I don't know. I don't know. Is it inside? Probably. I also have another quest to go down below the cathedral. Monastery thing.
Now, what was it I wanted?
Master Carroll, hello.
God be with you.
You're to show me the place where the accident happened.
The Overseer sent me. You're to show me the place where the accident happened.
Like I've got time to spare to show you round. He should have done it himself. Why do you want to know, anyway?
Because of the Talmberg stone. If they really are delivering poor quality material, then there should be consequences.
I'd be interested in what kind. But I'm guessing the Overseer likes the idea of cheaper stone, right?
And have you noticed anything else going on?
Of course. It's a construction site. Things are always going wrong. The men are always complaining, and the work isn't being done fast enough.
So it's just like any other building work?
Essentially, yes. Occasionally someone brings in bad wood, or a man cuts off his thumb and blames it on a bad omen, and then there's all these rumors going round.
I'd be interested to know what the men talk about.
Who's been stealing, which men from the monastery go to visit women, how the work's going, normal things. It's only the talk about the curse that's
the curse.
Not in the normal run of things. And then there's that devil's skull they dug up.
Uh-huh.
You talked about the devil's skull?
I did. They say it was found in the hole dug for the foundation of the scaffolding. They moved it so it would do its harm elsewhere. But I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know.
And who might know more?
Shouldn't you be investigating the stone? Leszek's in charge of the scaffolding, so ask him if you really have to know. He might tell you something.
Okay.
Who's stealing? Could someone be stealing the stone?
According to the rumors, everyone, from the abbot and the custodian down to the lowest laborer. It's like with whores and dice. There's no protection against slander. And something gets lost here and there, that's true. But nobody stole any stone. There wouldn't be any left if every man here started helping himself, would there?
Yeah, who would steal stone anyway?
Where's the scene of the accident?
It didn't happen on the main site. It was at the outbuilding next to the church, right under the long stairs before the entrance door. Ask my assistant who's in charge there. You'll easily recognize him. He dresses up like he owns the place.
Okay. I suppose this is still locked, right? So I do need to get in here for a different quest to get some bones. I wonder if he's got the key to that on his person, but I am not confident enough in my pickpocketing skills for that. Leshik.
I'll be with you.
Hello, friend.
I heard you found something.
It's true. I dug it up during work. I then ran away with it and got rid of it so the others wouldn't see. But rumors spread anyway.
Yeah.
And what was it that nobody was supposed to see?
What do you think? A demon skull.
Demons.
And are you sure it was a devil's skull?
I know what I saw. I can recognize a human skull. And this one had horns. Like the devil.
Couldn't it be a
Besides,
goat?
That thing gave off a diabolical stink.
Uh-huh. Couldn't it just be an animal then?
And where is it now? What did you do with it?
I was taking it down to the river to throw it in. Only I dropped it at the top of the slope and it rolled downhill. The devil alone knows where it ended up.
I'll see if I can find it.
Why? Who cares? Who actually cares, Henry? Okay, stonemason. Oh, I haven't been in here. Easy. Well, now. Ta-da! Nothing that I want, but, you know. Yeah, I might as well take the bandages, why not? Crouching chameleon. Okay. Hello? Ooh, I wonder if I could... Whoop. Oop. This is harder when it's at the end. Aha, stealth. And more bandages. Kind of feel bad stealing the bandages from the workers, but why not? We get skill points, so works for me. Ooh, what a nice bath area. And another locked chest. Right there. Whoop. I think I got a perk where my lockpicks are really strong, and it's definitely coming in handy. There's absolutely nothing in there. That's fine, though. I am actually more interested in the training than I am anything else, so... Can we climb up here? Yes, we can. What can we see? What can we see from up here? Ooh, very nice. Very lovely view, yes. Climb down this ladder. Go? Okay. I'm not exactly sure how far Henry can jump down without hurting himself. Probably could go that far. I'm curious. Does this lead to beneath? Very hard. Don't know how to get in there. Can I go through here? Yes, good. Alright, anyways. Where's the guy I'm supposed to be talking to here? Where's the guy? Look around for clues? Oh. And also, that's where the skull was dropped. Oh, bother. Okay, well, this isn't where I'm supposed to be anyways, so... Oh, cool! It's a model! Oh, that's awesome. How neat. Okay. Rob. There's a couple of them. I don't know if I can open hard yet. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh my god, I did it! I've never opened a hard one. I'm just gonna take the money. Sweet, that's good to know. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing in there. Alright, I don't think I'm in the right place anyways. Who are you? You don't look familiar. Ah, yes.
Can you tell me something about the poor wretch with the broken head?
Yadok, he was a decent person. You could rely on him. He was honest, went to church. Why do you want to know?
Did he have any enemies? Somebody who would want to...
Kill him? You think someone threw that stone block on his head? If you're looking for the culprit, then have a look at the stone.
Yeah, but somebody could push the stone.
Who's in charge of the place where the accident happened?
Me. I watch over everything here, and when necessary, I go to see my master. He's kept busy enough with the construction of the church.
And are you responsible for checking the stone?
Yes. We tested what load they could handle and how much they crumbled during dressing. But some of them must have been more weathered than we thought.
Where were you when it happened?
I'm not even sure. Somewhere else. I ran over when I heard the screaming, and they were already taking him away.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
No, I didn't. These things happen with great building works. It wasn't the first time, and God forgive me for saying it, but it won't be the last.
How do you not remember where you were, but you remember the rest of it? That's rather suspicious, isn't it? It seems kind of suspicious. Okay, we're supposed to be searching around for clues. This is taking longer than I thought it would.
Damn. Huh?
Stonemasons. Hi, can I talk to you about this?
My respects to you.
Did you see the accident that happened here?
I didn't see it. I was down at the bottom and I heard something rumble and then screams. I ran up and helped to carry him out.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
No, I didn't. All I saw was a man with his head caved in, lying trembling. I never want to see anything like that again in my life.
Yeah. Sounds awful. How about you guys? Don't suppose we can inspect the stone. It's probably the same thing from this guy.
God be with you.
Did you see the accident?
Did you see the accident that happened?
I didn't see it. I was down at the bottom and I heard something rumble and then screams. I ran up and helped to carry him out.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
Like what? A lot of people came down to see what was happening. Even a butcher dripping with blood wouldn't have attracted any attention in that mob.
Okay. So where exactly did it happen? Like, Hi. No one has told me exactly where it happened yet. I mean, I know it was here, but like, where exactly? down here? Oh, that's a ladder. Okay. Is this where I need to...
Just as I thought. There aren't any remains here.
Is this for that? This is for that other quest, isn't it? The cave below the monastery type deal. So there's no remains. That means this is for the guy that wants a bone. From this dude. Bowl from the cave. Pick it up.
Looks ordinary. A bit too ordinary.
Bit too ordinary. Get a piece of the remains. So you don't think get better remains. Okay. So maybe I'll have to do what Henry was saying I should do in the quest log. Just get a bone from elsewhere and just tell him it was from here, because I don't think he'll be happy with a bowl from the site, which probably was left by someone else because there's lit candles. So, but I didn't think I would actually be able to go in there. That's nice. Okay, that takes care of that. Okay. Can I get over there? Oh, bollocks.
There's even more of the bad stone up here.
Ah.
I hope the rest of it won't be falling on people's heads too.
I hope not. Can I vault on this? No, I can't. Okay. Never overlook clues, you know. You never know. Oh.
This has to be the stone that hit him.
Oh, there we go.
I'll take a piece of it. Maybe someone will recognize it.
Take a piece of it? It's just a stone with blood on it. Oh, God, stupid stairs. Okay. Find out the origin of the faulty stone. So we gotta find a stone expert. First, let's go up here and see if we can't find the devil's skull, which is just gonna be a sheep's skull or something. But if it is a skull, I could say that I got it down below. If it's a bone of any kind, you know? So let's see, did it roll down here? Happily along this path by chance. What are these flowers? An interesting sight. Well, Henry can't go into the water, so it's gotta be somewhere not in the water. Maybe it's along this wall here? No? Maybe I don't need to look at this with this quest. It seems a bit silly, and I'm just kind of looking for some random thing. I think it was that. Doesn't seem like it's under here, but it might be a pixel hunt as well, you never know. Okay, well, it's not along here, is it? No. Might have to get a bit lucky to find it, I think. Whoa! What was that? Oh, that was just the same thing. Okay, we'll go up again, and we'll go back over here. I really do need to end the episode soon. It's been kind of a long time here. That's okay, though. What's this for? Stonemason. Hi. What do you know about this stone that I have?
Good health to you.
Did you see the...
I didn't see it.
Did you notice anything?
When they left, there was a terrible stench. We were being punished for digging up that skull.
Oh. It's probably because it was a dead animal. Is everyone gone? Oh, good grief. Guess it's lunch break time. I should wash up. Oh, apparently that's not a real wash bin. Okay. Well, where is everyone? I'm gonna try turning in this bowl to this guy and see what he does. Hi, Urban. I got you a bowl.
God be with you.
I've got a bowl for you from the cave of St. Procopius.
A bowl? I was expecting something a little different.
Behold.
Behold this holy bowl.
Ah! Is it really from St. Procopius?
Of course it is.
Yes, from his cave. A truly astonishing place. This surely has miraculous powers.
You're right. My God, you're right. Such holiness. I'm in your debt, Henry. How can I repay you?
I don't want anything.
Thanks, but I don't want anything. I was glad to help.
I feel a bit guilty giving you a bowl
Well,
anyway.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And Henry,
Yes?
I just wanted to touch it for luck. If you took something you shouldn't have, I expect you'll put it back.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it back. I guess. It's just some random bowl. Do I have a quest to put it back? I do still have it. Well, I mean, it's easy to go put back, so let's do that. Can't talk to you still. These people are all back. Do you know about this rock?
Good day to you.
By any chance, sir? Okay, these people don't have anything new to say. That leads me to believe that I just...
Well, at least he paid it back in the end.
What?
He did, but I said he might throw in a groschen or two for all the time I had to wait.
Although that wasn't the overseer. Are you the overseer? Ah, you're the overseer. Maybe I could talk to you about it?
Good day to
I
you.
think I already tried this. Ah, here we go. I found a different kind of stone.
I went to take a look at the site of the accident, and the last stone is different from the rest.
And isn't that because it's bad? I don't know much about masonry, but that would be my guess.
No, I don't think it's just that. It looks different from all the other stone they'd used in the construction.
Yeah.
So you're saying someone replaced the block in the carriage and no one noticed? That carriage sat right by the gate, and the gate's guarded. To change it right under our noses would be quite a feat.
This is the block that fell on him.
And what am I supposed to see? I don't know anything about stone.
Well, you've taken delivery of stone before. Surely you can tell one kind from another.
I can't remember details like that. Ask someone who really handles the stone.
Oh, good grief. So... now we have to talk to someone else. This episode is going to be long, friends. Now that I've done that, can I now talk to the actual stonemasons? Probably not you. No. Like this guy? No, still not him. What about stonemasons? Oh, good grief. Leshik? No? I mean, couldn't Henry just compare the stone to other areas and, like, figure it out? So nobody wants to talk.
Just my luck.
I don't know. I'll figure this out next time. For now, I'm gonna end the episode. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Pebbles also says, thank you for watching. He's eating this hay. Adorable. I think he actually is. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Sorry this one was a little bit long. Hopefully I can figure out the conclusion to this next time. I'd really would like to find out what happens for Sir Divish. Seems like kind of an interesting quest. I really like the mystery kind of quests, and Henry the Detective is pretty fun. So, I'll see you guys very soon for another episode. Until then, bye-bye.